Everyone, and thanks for joining me. So a new report was just released focused on retirees, and these millions and millions of retirees were dealt some pretty frustrating and discouraging news, but it is certainly some information that we do want to keep on our radar, and that's what I want to bring to your attention here in this video. Now, here's what's interesting about it. You probably heard me say this before in other videos. If you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, 11,000 people are becoming eligible for Social Security every single day for the next 3 years, basically through the end of 2027. It's a lot of people, right? So that also tells us that about 11,000 people are probably becoming eligible for retirement or are also retiring every single day as well. It's a lot of people out there, right? So this is a huge, huge percentage of our population, and I want to bring this to your attention as far as what this report is now showing and what this means for anybody who is currently retired or somebody who is knocking on the retirement door and saying, hey, I've been doing this work long enough here. I want to wrap this thing up. I don't want to do this anymore, right? 30 years, 35 years, 40 years in some cases, even 25. That's a ton of life that you've spent. And a lot of people just want to say, I just want to retire and just enjoy my life. But according to this survey and according to this report here, unfortunately, there's a lot of retirees that are getting into retirement and maybe a little bit disappointed with some of their findings when it comes down to healthcare and some of their other expenses as a retiree. So get this, as of April of this year, 67.3 million people were enrolled in Medicare, okay? That's a big number. It's a lot of people. 67.3 million people enrolled in Medicare. Now, so far this year as well, get this, Americans have spent $21.3 billion just in out-of-pocket prescription pricing, okay? That's just so far this year. We're like, a little more than halfway through the year at this point. So if we extrapolate that out through the rest of this year, we're probably going to be sitting somewhere around $40-ish billion in out-of-pocket prescription prices and, what people have spent on prescriptions. It's a ton of money, right? $40 billion this year, again, according to the estimates as of right now, but we're already into it for 21.3 billion. So there you go, right? Here's what else that they found. A couple different reports out there have found just in the last 10 years alone, prescription prices have gone up 40%. Now, one report said 40%. Another independent report came in, said 37%. So however you cut it here, whichever report you look at, it looks like prescription prices have gone up anywhere between about 37 and 40% just in the last 10 years alone. Now, get this, healthcare costs have also spiked over 50%, again, in the last 10 years, right? Yeah, tough situation, right? But anyway, so this is kind of the situation. Now, the report went on to show this much. So they surveyed a bunch of retirees and said, how much do you expect to spend on healthcare costs? Now, healthcare costs include co-pays and premiums and out-of-pocket deductibles and all the things like this, anything in regards to basically out-of-pocket expenditures on healthcare. And again, it could be for everything. It could be doctor's visits, hospital visits, it could be dental, vision, whatever, you name it, anything medical related, prescriptions as well, right? And this is assuming that everybody surveyed here is also enrolled in Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, and also has Medicare Part D prescription coverages, okay? So it assumes that everybody is enrolled in that. According to the survey, here's what they found. Retirees believe that they're going to spend about 75 grand during retirement on healthcare. Here's the unfortunate and sad part about it and the devastating news about this. According to independent studies, they have found that the average retiree actually spends close to $200,000 per person during retirement on healthcare costs. And again, that's everything that I'm talking about here. Again, co-pays, premiums, out-of-pocket, deductibles, everything, right? So that's the thing. So a lot of these retirees, and again, I'm not saying everybody, but there's certainly some people out there, and again, I'm not sitting here, trying to discourage anybody, but rather bring this to your attention so that we all kind of have an idea of going into this as far as what we need to expect going forward. But the average retiree, according to this survey and the report here, finds that, hey, if I stick away 75 grand or, I have health care and, supplements and things like that, I'll only need to come out of pocket about 75 grand during my whole retirement. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not really what the statistics are saying. They're saying more like, over double that, nearly 200 grand. It's a ton of money, right? $200,000, just imagine that. Just like blowing it into the wind, right? I mean, it's literally what it feels like. It's not like you're doing something fun with it, but don't get me wrong, healthcare is very important. Healthcare is very essential, right? We need to do that. So at the end of the day, without our health, it's kind of struggling. We don't really have much without our health. So at the end of the day, it is ultimately very important. But this is an unfortunate situation that a lot of retirees jump into retirement and think, uh-oh, this is a bad situation, right? Didn't see this one coming. I didn't know this was the situation. So obviously, a lot of retirees are enrolled in Medicare, probably have a supplement, maybe some other coverages like Medicaid, things like this. So yeah, obviously that takes care of a lot of it, but not everything. Now, the report also showed this much as well. The majority of people that struggle with expensive prescription prices are those ones that are basically the very, very expensive ones, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you here in the community receive some of these or have some of these prescriptions. And again, by the way, please don't leave your prescription items down below in the comment section. That's not my business. It doesn't, really matter. I'm saying you don't need to like share your medical records in the chat, okay? But there's some prescriptions that are hundreds of dollars a month, or even in some cases, thousands of dollars a month. That's not exaggerating, right? And again, I know for a fact some of you here in the community can attest to this. I've seen the comments down below, and maybe you've heard me say this before, but I worked in a pharmacy for a few years as a technician, and we saw it all the time. Maybe not every single day, but at least a handful of times per week. There'd literally be people standing at the counter who said, can't pick up my prescriptions. I mean, literally, I could tell you probably every single week I saw a senior, a retiree, literally crying at the counter. Hey, my bill's $500, $700, $2,000, something like this. Can't get my meds this week. Super sad situation, right? So there were things that we did during that time to help them out. So we didn't like leave them and be like, you're on your own this week. No, the pharmacists that I worked with were actually really, really good. They took care of these people. I really liked that. But at the end of the day, they still had to pay somehow. But the pharmacists were basically just gave them the stuff and they're like, hey, we know you'll get it to us. So they helped them out, which was really, really cool to see that. But we saw this so much all the time. So for me to read this report was not like, oh, I don't know if I believe this. I witnessed it in real life. I witnessed this myself working in the pharmacies. It was a tough situation, right? By the way, there are also people out there as well that may not have any coverages, may not have any healthcare coverages at all. And again, that's kind of a sad situation. Now, one other quick side note as well. I don't know if you care about this, but I'll throw it there anyway. I thought it was an interesting statistic, but apparently about 50% of the people that are enrolled in Medicare are enrolled in Medicare Advantage, okay? And about 80% of people are enrolled in Medicare Part D, D as in prescription drug coverage, okay? I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. So of the 67.3 million people enrolled in Medicare, about, 33.6 million people are enrolled in Medicare Advantage. So thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, that's kind of the report that I wanted to share with you. Interesting, right? So again, that's kind of the, retirement. You're supposed to be enjoying the golden years, enjoying life, and not getting hosed by medical expenses and, all these situations like this, which, by the way, maybe you saw my video from maybe a couple weeks ago, something like that. I don't remember exactly when it was, but there's been a lot of pushes here. I've been seeing a number of people talking about this whole Medicare for all situation again, right? Remember me talking about that over the last couple of years here? It's one of these topics that comes up every so often. It hangs around for a few weeks and then it kind of just goes away for a while. But I've been seeing this one out there as well. We've seen a number of people out there, the lawmakers and stuff like this talking about it recently. Hey, we got to get Medicare for all. This is why we need to get Medicare for all. And they're talking about this. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying if it does happen, it's going to take a long time. I believe that would be something that takes a long time. Maybe like a year or so ago, I had another video where I was talking about this, and it would cost trillions of dollars, like a massive amount of money. I don't remember the exact amount. It was something like $20 trillion or something. It's like some huge number. It's not like $1 trillion. It's like a crazy amount of money. Like, I don't know, 24 trillion or something like that. A massive amount of money. So I do believe that there could be a day that Medicare for all is a thing. I don't think it's anytime soon, though. Just being real with you, okay? So anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the chat here. Can do whatever I can to answer questions for you and just chat around a little bit. So we'll spend a little bit of time in the chat, and thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. All right, so let's talk through the chat, see what's going on. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Paula Webb saying inhalers can be 500 bucks a month. Yeah, exactly, right? It's crazy. Saw that too. Yeah, sad situation. Yeah, Margaret Williams exactly saying that your mom had to cut back on some different things because the prices were so high. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, rough situation. Um, Luann Rossetti, is that what it is? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Luann Rossetti. Hey, hello. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Is it Flojo Blog? Nice. I like the name again. I saw you here. Yeah, thanks, Flojo Blog. Sorry. The first time I read your name, I thought it said something else. And I was like, I don't know if I should say that. But you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, thank you for being here, Flojo Blog. Thank you. Latanya Smith. Hey, Latanya. I did that live stream. Was that last night or 2 nights ago? I don't know what it is. I apologize. But right as I was clicking off, I saw your message there from Latanya Smith. So, hey, sorry I missed you there. But right as I clicked it, I thought, oh, Latanya, there you are. So, sorry about that. But nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. Yeah, exactly. Lori Spinks, looks like you're trying to enroll in Medicaid. Yeah, there's a little bit of issues going on with Medicaid right now. It's not like that big of a deal. Like, okay, it is kind of a big deal, but yeah, they're going through this Medicaid purge or Medicaid unwinding. That's still happening. Well over 20, what is it, 20 million people. Sorry, I almost said billion. No, it's not 20 billion. Sorry, 20 million people have already been disenrolled from Medicaid so far, and there's more to go. So yeah, it might be a little bit of a situation right now trying to get that locked down, but yeah, hopefully that works out for you. Yeah, Pam Miller. Hello, Pam Miller. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening. Again, happy Sunday to all of you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Matthew Kennedy checking in. Hey, Matthew Kennedy. Nice to see you as always. Thanks for being here. Maria Tavares. Hey, Maria, I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. Thanks for joining, Maria. Nice to see you as always. Thanks for being here. Timothy, is it McGlynn? Timothy McGlynn, sorry, McGlynn, I think it is. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Nice to have you here. Thanks, Timothy. Nice. Michael Montorio saying, you just got free glasses. That's awesome. And again, glasses can be super expensive, right? Yeah, hundreds of dollars in some cases, or you can get glasses for like 30 bucks, right? So, kind of take your pick, right? Yeah, interesting how that whole thing works. Yep. Um, Yeah, Peter. Peter's saying that you heard that Humana and some other providers are going to be dropping out of Medicare, things like that. So yeah, we'll have to dig into that further. I can certainly make you a dedicated video about that. To be honest with you, I would have to dig into the details about that a little bit further. I've seen some talk about things like that, but off the top of my head right now, to be completely honest with you, I don't know all the details right now. Okay, so yeah, good point there. I appreciate it. Very good to know. Wow, Keith, is it Rambus? Keith Rambus, I think it is. You're saying your one knee medication is $3,000 a month? That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot. It's $100 a day. Wow, that's crazy, right? Can you imagine $100 a day? But again, if it's your knee and you're trying to use that for mobility and pain relief and stuff like that, whatever it happens to be, again, you don't have to tell me what it is. That's none of my business. I'm just simply saying whatever it is. I mean, your knees are kind of important, right? I mean, that's pretty important stuff. Rudy Hockett, yeah, great information there. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that information. Yeah, that's great. Denise Mason, thanks, Denise. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a nice evening. Thanks, Denise. Yeah, Michael Montorio again. Nice to see you, Michael. Yeah, Susan Ryan, wishing you could get yours for free. Exactly. Thanks, Susan. Nice to see you. Is it Audi Nord? I apologize if I'm saying your name incorrectly, but yeah, thanks for the information. Yeah, that's good to know as well. Joe Congilio checking in from Pennsylvania. Thanks, Joe. Nice to see you as well. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Joe. Nice to have you here. Yeah, Susan Ryan has to pay out of pocket for at least 2 of her prescriptions. Exactly. Yeah, that can get expensive. Yep. Cash Action Bet. I see you there. I always love your name. Thank you for checking in. Yeah, Susan Ryan. Good afternoon. Yeah. Yep. All is well. Thanks, Susan Ryan. Yeah, Cash Action Bet. All is well. Thanks for checking in. Yeah. Hope you're having a nice Sunday as well. Right. Thank you for watching. Joseph Erickson. Joseph Erickson. All is well. Thanks for watching, Joseph. Nice to have you here. Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here, Joseph. Yeah, Hazel Green checking in. Hello, Hazel. Good afternoon and happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to scroll back down to the bottom of the chat. I made it up to the very top, so we'll spend another minute or two here. Not much, and then we'll wrap this up here. Yeah, Rudy Hockett, good information. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. Yep. Michael Jackson says hi. Thanks, Michael Jackson. Nice to see you here. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Ken Carson. Ken Carson, I see you there. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Ken Carson, that's awesome. Been watching you from the beginning. Good job. Thanks, Ken. That's very nice of you. I really appreciate that, Ken. Seriously, that means way more to me than you would ever realize. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, James Robert. James Robert, good information. Yep. Thank you for sharing that. Totally agree. Is it Gordon Leger? Maybe? Gordon Leger. I apologize if I'm saying your name incorrectly. I apologize about that. But hey, Gordon, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, James Robert, heard about the drop in the care too. Yeah, exactly. Let me look into that further. Again, like I said, off the top of my head, I don't know exactly the details about it right now, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do, because I don't, right? So again, I'm not going to do that. I always tell you that before in other videos, I'm always going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, and transparent information. Again, if I don't know something, I'm not going to pretend like I do. I'm going to tell you, hey, let me look it up, and I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, Donna Walker. Hey, Donna Walker. Nice to see you as always. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Lucy. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. My wife Corey would be able to nail your name. Jacques. That's my guess. Lucy Jacques, maybe. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly, but give me a little bit of a break. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. But thanks, Lucy. Really nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. William Sermon, it is. Hello, William. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Happy Sunday and good evening. Yeah, William Sermon again. I see you there. Thanks for the messages. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Joyce King checking in. Hello, Joyce King. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching as always. Thank you. Wow. Janet Winslow, is it? Janet, thanks for sharing that. That's scary about your mom. Yeah. I hope she's doing okay. That's a scary situation. But yeah, I would guess that she didn't just one day decide, hey, I'm going to quit my meds today. I'm guessing she decided to quit her meds because probably it was way too expensive, right? I mean, that's kind of the situation for a lot of people. I don't think any of us wake up one day and be like, seems like a good day to quit my meds today. No, I don't think so, right? I think a lot of it's financially motivated for a lot of people. Sad situation, but thanks for sharing, Janet. Really appreciate that. Ken Carson, really good question. Nothing as of right now. I will certainly keep you posted. Thanks for the question. Yeah, SR, helping some other people here in the community. Thanks, SR. Thanks for the messages. Yeah, James Robert. Yeah, thanks for the nice message. All is well. Thanks for checking in. Yep, exactly. Michael Montorio saying it took you, I think you said 4 times. You were denied the first 3 times. Just keep applying. Exactly, for Medicaid. Yeah, good point. Yeah, George Edwards, exactly. Good point there. Yeah, some scripts are very expensive. Generics can be very, very cheap, like really cheap, couple dollars a month. But those name brand ones and the ones that are newly generics, those can be very expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Rudy Hockett, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that information. Yep. Okay, I got back to the top of the chat here where I left off the first time. So, all right, so let's leave it at that for now. Again, I always try to make these live streams a little bit shorter here. They've been getting way too long lately. So let's leave it at that for now. I can always jump on another live stream. Let me do some research on that about some of those carriers that you were mentioning, a few of you, about, bailing, Medicare coverage, things like that. So let me do some research on that. I can always jump on another live stream once I've, learned all the information about it and kind of educated myself further on that. Again, there's so many moving parts about all this stuff. To be honest with you, that's not really my specialty, but I am always willing to learn. I want to learn as much as I can every day. So kind of my detail or my dedication. Okay. So anyway, I'll do what I can for you. Otherwise, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a nice Sunday night. Yeah. Have a good one. I'll catch you again tomorrow morning. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Super busy time of year, and hope this helps you. All right. So anyway, have a good night, and I'm gonna unplug the mic. So if you're still here, you may want to click off now. But if you don't want to, that's totally fine too. You'll just hear my phone talking, and it sounds kind of funny. All right. So anyway, here we go. So hit this, and this. All right. Have a good night. See you later. See ya.